In other news, Somalia's opposition supporters and security forces clashed in the capital Mogadishu for a second day ahead of a planned anti-government demonstration. Remember, this is the first time in years when Somalians endured a night of gunfire in the capital. The violence comes as political factions clashed over an extension of the president's term. The U.S. Embassy in Mogadishu called the violence reckless and urged for dialogue. The United Nations also expressed alarm over these clashes. The UN, in fact, underscored the urgent need for all stakeholders to resume talks to identify a way forward to avoid reversing the progress seen in Somalia till date. This alongside ensuring the protection of civilians and civilian infrastructure.
The Secretary General calls on all parties to exercise utmost restraint, refrain from any action that could incite further violence, and resolve political differences through dialogue. The UN mission urges all Somali leaders to prioritize the national interest of the Somali people and resume the talks that ended on 15th May. Somali international partners stand ready to facilitate such a dialogue.
To put it into perspective, what sparked these clashes, lawmakers loyal to President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud changed the constitution in March this year. They created a framework for Somalia's first direct elections, moving away from the clan-based system in which elders pick their representatives. But opposition parties and rivals strongly oppose these reforms, seeing it as a power grab by Mohamud. Some boycotted the vote, others say that they were physically prevented from taking part. In fact, they particularly opposed the president's claim that the new constitution extended his term for a year past its expiry on the 15th of May. Protests were due to be held in Mogadishu on Thursday, but as opposition leaders gathered in the city, clashes broke out between their militias and government forces on Wednesday and continued through the night. After the overnight clashes, it was not clear if opposition leaders had been detained or how many casualties had been sustained. According to a diplomatic source, Somali politicians always manage to get to a very high tension point and then calm down, though she warned that the government needs to be responsible and be the adult in the room. And our correspondent Louisa Olanye has sent us this report from Lagos, Nigeria. Take a look.
Tense calm has returned to Mogadishu after 2 days of fierce fighting between government forces and opposition fighters over President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's term extension. Opposition groups accuse the president of a power grab, while the government insists the move is legal. The violence killed and injured civilians and forced thousands to flee their homes. Though the shooting has paused, the political crisis remains unresolved and the situation stays highly tense. A post on Somali Stream X handle this morning says attention now turns to preliminary Turkey-mediated talks scheduled to take place in Mogadishu today, aimed at addressing the broader political crisis. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olaniyi, WION World is One.